Hey guys, let's talk about that vaccine. Let's talk about it next. Hey everybody, this is Leslie Casey Blake, and welcome to another edition of 50 and Unfiltered Little Bytes, where we talk about problems and solutions, self-help, self-love, to help you on this journey we call life. If you like what you see and hear, please click and subscribe, comment below, ring that notification button for more updates on the show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's been a little bit. We haven't had a short Little Bites in a minute because we've been focusing on our extended version of 50 Unfiltered because we are on twice a month. So it's a lot of work. But I wanted to come out and talk to you guys about something very important to me, and that is vaccinations. I know it's a big talk as we try to get through this coronavirus. A lot of people were lost throughout this period. I know our family took a big hit, losing a couple of family members, one being my mother-in-law. And, it affected us in a way where, you really can't properly mourn for that person. And then, we go through the shutdowns and we're going through not being able to see our loved ones and the people we hang out with in the proper way. The fist bump is really important now. And as an educator, I'm also back in the school, and it's just not quite the same. The kids have to be separate, and everybody's in their little cubicle, kind of, sort of. So there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. One of the things I really wanted to talk about was these vaccinations, because I think what's happening now is that to beat the virus, you have to get the vaccine. And I know a lot of people have different opinions on it. And again, this is by no means to say you should or shouldn't. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. I know for me, it was important to take the vaccine because I work in education. And there's a lot of unknowns. And I know there's a lot of unknowns with the virus. And I know there's a lot of unknowns with the vaccine. But I felt it was important for me and my family that we get vaccinated. And a lot of our family and friends around us were getting vaccinated. So we thought it was important that we did the same. There's a lot of myths out there. And I think one of them was that for African Americans, that they don't want to take the vaccine, which, partly that is true. I see that with a lot of the younger generation that like under 50 who have concerns about the vaccine. But a lot of people, I feel like 60 and over, mainly 60 and over, they are like all for the vaccine. And a lot of them have already been fully vaccinated. So I think there's kind of a discrepancy in terms of age. And what's crazy about that is because the people who are older have lived through some of the things that people are really concerned about, like the Tuskegee Institute, like where they were talking about how Black men, had the syphilis, wasn't given proper medication, things like that. There's so many other stories where Black people were not treated fairly in the medical world. So there's definitely some concern about the vaccination. But I feel like also too, if you look at statistics, a lot more white people are getting the vaccine. So I don't know, if that would make a difference to know that there's a lot, everyone seems to be taking it, but some people are still leery. What I wanted to show you, though, is that the vaccine has some side effects. So I took my second shot recently, and I did Moderna, and it was a bit of a challenge. So I just wanted you to see a few little videos of the process. If if you're thinking about it, if you want to do it. Some people might want to take the Johnson & Johnson because it's a one-shot deal. But some people still might want to go through with the Pfizer or Moderna. So here's a little bit of a video that I did put together about my second vaccination. So take a look at it. Okay, I'm here to get my vaccine. This is my second one, and I'm gonna let you know how I am. See you later. Okay guys, so I did my second shot. Of course it hurt and it bled a little bit, but right now I'm doing my 15 minutes and I'll let you see how I feel after that. Okay, so how do I feel a couple of days after getting my COVID shot? Well, the day of I was fine, and then that night I was very, very cold. I needed like a blanket, and I had to sleep like in pajamas, which I don't really do. Like, I'm a t-shirt type of girl. So I had to have like full pajamas because I was so cold. I felt like when you're first getting sick and you just got that chill. And the reason why I have this tank top to show you, I have a bit of a swollen arm. I looked it up and found that that is one of the side effects to the vaccine, that you can get a red and sometimes rash with the shot. So I'm going to see how long it lasts. It just really started, actually not the 24 hours, but 48 hours later. So I'm going to monitor that and see, if it doesn't, hopefully it, the swelling goes down and the redness goes away. Now I've taken Tylenol, and they say Tylenol is good to, for the inflammation. So I'm going to keep you on check for that. So now it's a couple weeks later, and I told you from the video, I had a red arm. It was swollen. And as you can see, it's not red. It's a little colored a little bit, right? There's a little darker color on my arm, but you can tell it's healed. It was it felt very itchy still after it started healing. But now my arm is definitely is not sore. It's fine. Somebody had told me too that if you're really stressed, that can have a lot to do with the way you react to the shot. So again, my first shot really wasn't that bad. My second shot did have these side effects, and I was, like I said again in the video, I was cold, chilly, and but the thing about it is the next day I was fine. I just had the extending issue with my arm after the shot was given. So, again, I'm not telling you what you have to do, but I feel that, if we're going to beat this virus, we all have to work together and do what we have to do. If you're not really into taking the vaccine, then, please wear your mask. And try to protect the people that are around you, or get tested. Hopefully they'll have like testing kits where you have at home, and you'll be able to take it if you start feeling symptoms of the virus. We just have to try to work together until we obtain herd immunity. But I personally feel that the vaccine is important for our health. And I mean, not only for the United States, but around the world. And we need to do our part too, to make sure those vaccinations, those extra supplies that we have, can get to those third world countries, because if they're not secure, they can come back and, re-give it to us too. So we want to make sure that we're doing everything we can globally to beat this pandemic, because we want to go back to our lives. I definitely know I want to go back to traveling, okay? Because this thing, staying at home and just kind of doing the same thing over and over again, it's a little redundant, and I ain't about that. I'm not about redundancy. I'm about, making moves and doing new and exciting things. So I hope in your heart you do some more research, and I hope that you can make that decision and get that vaccination. If not, try to do what you can to help everyone to establish herd immunity by wearing masks until all those who want to get vaccinated are vaccinated. Guys, that's my take on everything. I hope you talk with your family and friends. And we probably talk about this a little bit more too on one of our extended shows. So look out for that. All right, guys. Take care, and I'll see you real soon.